was like 1986, which way? And then you remember 2002. That's all the Hall of Fame Red Wings, and then Chelios came. It was. I think I've told this story on the pod like once a while ago, but I remember reading a story once about a Yankee pitcher who came in. They were doing trivia in the bullpen, and the question was, name all the U.S. states that end with S. And while they were doing it, that pitcher got called into the game, and and they said that he gave up like 3 bombs, like 3 flyouts to the warning track. And they're like, he's terrible. And he walked back into I can't remember who it was, but he walked back in, he grabbed the bullpen phone, he yelled Arkansas. So he was totally distracted while he was trying to pitch.
So I guess the fact that you got it when you sat down, I mean, I shudder to think you had to go through that whole hit.
I wouldn't have been able to focus. I wouldn't be able to focus.
Yeah. Huh? Dallas? Jim who? That's good. No, you nailed it. 86 with Montreal, 2002 with Detroit. Okay, that'll do it for another edition of the Thought Line, or what it's being renamed as over the course of the Stanley Cup Final. 30 True Detective, 1-833-311-3232, or the email 32thoughts@sportsnet.ca. We'll take another break and come back with our interview with Stuart Skinner from Media Day from Edmonton. That on the other side. All right, welcome back. As promised, Stuart Skinner, who has been through just about every emotion you could think of as a goaltender, not only through these playoffs, but the last couple in the crease for the Edmonton Oilers. He was the winner in backstopping Edmonton in Game 1 of this final, and he, along with both teams remaining in the series, 3 wins away from a Stanley Cup. Ellie and I had a chance to sit down with him on Media Day before the Stanley Cup Final got underway. Here now is that conversation with Stuart Skinner of the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, well, Ellie, I think when we have Stuart Skinner here, naturally the first question has to be about coffee.
Coffee, yep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You love a good cup. So what's been your go-to lately? What's the setup like at home right now? How are you consuming it?
Yeah, I got a good Breville machine at home. I'm making the wife Americano with a little bit of cream, and which is pretty easy. Like Americanos, I feel like are pretty easy. And then myself, I'm in the flat whites right now.
Yeah.
I kind of started on it 2 weeks ago, flat whites.
Yeah.
In Dallas, actually, is where it started.
Okay.
And so now I'm trying to make a really good cup of flat white. So I'm doing better.
Elliot loves a good Americano.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the
I can
key
make
to
a
this
mean
art.
Americano.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And now when you're on the road, like, do you go to cafes locally or do you bring stuff to do it in your hotel?
Oh yeah, I go, I try out different cafes. I love going to, I love the experience of a cafe. Being able to go sit there for a little bit, just to experience, I don't know, the energy, I guess you'd say, and the different types of cups of coffees that they have. There's a spot, me and Brett Kulak. Brett Kulak is also a huge coffee guy.
Oh.
He makes his own coffee on the plane, like on flights.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So how does he do
and
that?
it's
He just
amazing
gotta-
because it smells fantastic.
Right, right. So does he grind the coffee fresh there too, the whole bit?
Yeah, he does
I
all
love
of
that
it.
smell.
Oh, it's fantastic,
Yeah.
yeah. And but we went to, it's called Devotion in New York, and it was one of the best coffees I've ever had.
Wow. So other than that, like, is there a favorite spot or like one that maybe you went through during the playoffs or anything recently that left a mark with you?
Right now, like in Edmonton, I'd say Colombian is my favorite cup of
Yes.
coffee right now. I've been there a handful of times. I spent a good amount of money on coffees over there.
Okay. Thank you for entertaining me on that.
When Kulak breaks out all his equipment, are guys like laughing or are they groaning? Like, what is it?
When he brings out the coffee?
Yeah.
Some guys are laughing. But like it kind of helps the smell of the
The stench
plane.
of the dirt of the players, yes.
Yeah, especially when it's a 6-hour flight, right? It's nice to get them, brewing some coffee.
Is there anybody who says, okay, Brett, if you're going to do that, you're brewing me one too? Like you have.
I've tried, but so he's pretty smart with it because he grinds just enough for him,
Sorry, guys, would love to. But...
So it's great for him, but I sit right behind him actually. So every time he brews it, I'm kind of peeking over. I'm like, hey, like, did you bring enough for me today?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man. I should have.
Yeah, that's right. Next time.
True veteran.
Sure.
Yeah, true veteran. Yeah.
So last question: is it an AeroPress that he uses, or what does he bring on the plane?
I think you're right. I think it is an AeroPress. His wife actually got it for him for one of his birthdays, I think 2 years ago, because he's had it for 2 years, I believe. But yeah, I can tell you exactly, but he does good though.
You know, Stuart, I just wanted to say, like, as we talk about the series, I have great admiration for you. We have, you know, I tell people who go into media and they're going to be on social media that the thing you have to understand about choosing this life is that everyone's going to see your best days and everybody's going to see your worst days, and you have to be prepared to deal with that. I have huge admiration for the way you've handled it. I think your interviews with Gene and even one with Emily Kaplan, like, they were fantastic. And
thank you.
You know, I think I think a lot of people out there really, they really identify with how you don't hide. Whether it's up or it's down, like, you're out there and you're telling everybody what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. I've been working really hard on that, you know, through my whole career playing hockey. I think it's, you know, goes back to even junior days. I mean, I think it's life too. You know, not everything is sunshine and rainbows. I mean, everyone can attest to that. I think you guys can attest to that. So it's been a lot of work to being able to kind of be where I'm at now. I think it's important for me to have that integrity of, you know, owning what's going on. Sometimes I don't play great, sometimes I do. And I think it's better if I just own that than, you know, pretend. You know, that way I'll actually get better from it.
When you said, I think it was after the Game 5 in Vegas, that you had a feeling of peace going into all of that. What does that feel like? Because the position of goaltending, none of that appears peaceful. No, it's a very stressful job. I think for me in that moment, I mean, I strive to, you know, find that sort of peace every game that I play. Now, it doesn't always happen. But yeah, I think in that moment, if I look back on that game, it was really just a sense of peace, and that's more so just a feeling of that calmness that, you know, win or lose, we're gonna be all right. How I'm playing, I was very grounded throughout that whole day. I wasn't too worried, wasn't overthinking things, and I think that's kind of where I found my peace. Again, that doesn't always happen. I mean, it's easy to overthink, especially as a goalie.
You know, remember Braden Holtby? He always had the routine, like, when he gave up a goal, he would flip the water or